I would like also to thank the President of Singapore for receiving me and my delegation. We had also a very productive meeting, a call, and I am very touched that I have been given the honor of naming a unique orchid. I was given the honor of nominating a name, and I nominated the name of my mother to give respect to her for having raised me, for having raised maybe a difficult boy in his younger days, but finally he became President of Indonesia. So, and Prime Minister, I'd like to admit to you that
His Excellency Prabowo Subianto, Prime Minister Lawrence Wong.
Presiden RI Prabowo Subianto dan Perdana Menteri Singapura Lawrence Wong menggelar pertemuan Leaders Retreat di Singapura pada Senin 16 Juni 2025. Kedua pemimpin menegaskan komitmen untuk terus memperkuat hubungan bilateral yang telah terjalin erat, dengan PM Wong menyebut hubungan kedua negara dalam kondisi sangat baik dan bertekad merancang ikatan yang lebih kuat lagi di era kerjasama baru. Presiden Prabowo mengapresiasi sambutan hangat dan persahabatan erat, serta menekankan nilai strategis kerjasama dengan Singapura sebagai salah satu tetangga terdekat, termasuk kehormatan penamaan anggrek atas nama ibundanya sebagai simbol penghormatan.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Dalam pertemuan tersebut, sejumlah kesepakatan penting ditandatangani menandai kemajuan signifikan dalam berbagai sektor.
Distinguished guests, please be seated.
3 nota kesepahaman utama di bidang ekonomi hijau menjadi sorotan, yakni mencakup perdagangan listrik lintas batas, penangkapan dan penyimpanan karbon, serta pengembangan zona industri berkelanjutan.
We will now exchange the following set of documents.
Kerangka kerjasama yang diperluas di bidang pertahanan, manajemen ruang udara, dan penegakan hukum juga terus menunjukkan hasil positif, termasuk implementasi perjanjian wilayah informasi penerbangan (FIR) dan kemajuan mekanisme ekstradisi. Presiden Prabowo secara terbuka menyatakan kekagumannya pada kemajuan Singapura dan mengadopsi prinsip meniru dengan bangga atau copy with pride, praktik terbaik Singapura, seperti dalam program perumahan rakyat yang akan diimplementasikan dengan pembangunan 1 juta apartemen di Indonesia tahun ini, dan pengelolaan dana abadi negara, Sovereign Wealth Fund, melalui Danantara yang terinspirasi Temasek.
We will now exchange the next set of documents.
Selain isu bilateral, kedua pemimpin juga membahas isu-isu regional dan global, termasuk keprihatinan atas situasi di Gaza dan Myanmar, serta komitmen bersama untuk memperkuat ASEAN dan mendukung upaya aksesi Indonesia ke CPTPP. Konektivitas antar masyarakat juga ditingkatkan melalui peluncuran rute penerbangan baru dan peluang magang. Presiden Prabowo dan PM Wong sepakat bahwa hubungan Indonesia-Singapura akan terus tumbuh lebih kuat berdasarkan kepercayaan dan saling menghormati, dengan pertemuan Leaders Retreat berikutnya yang dijadwalkan akan diselenggarakan di Indonesia pada tahun depan sebagai bukti komitmen berkelanjutan untuk kemajuan bersama.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Prime Minister Wong, honorable ministers, officials from Singapore and Indonesia, members of the media. First of all, I would like to express my highest appreciation for the warm welcome, the reception given to me today. This is the first Leaders Retreat for both of us, and I take this opportunity to once again congratulate you on your re-election, Prime Minister Wong, as Prime Minister of Singapore. Once again, I'd like also to thank you for attending my inauguration as President of the Republic of Indonesia. I think this marks the high value we attach to the relationship and the friendship between Singapore and Indonesia. I also thank you for coming to the airport and receiving me directly last night. Although I'm sure you have had a lot of activities as Prime Minister. I would like also to thank the President of Singapore for receiving me and my delegation. We had also a very productive meeting, a call, and I am very touched that I have been given the honor of naming a unique orchid. I was given the honor of nominating a name, and I nominated the name of my mother to give respect to her for having raised me, for having raised maybe a difficult boy in his younger days, but finally he became President of Indonesia. So, and Prime Minister, I'd like to admit to you that I spent some years as a boy here. I witnessed the early days of Singapore, and to be very frank, I've always admired the success of Singapore, and especially the success of the early leaders of Singapore. The leadership, statesmanship, and I think in real life, we are allowed to copy best practices. In school, we're not allowed to copy in our friends' homework or our friends', right, exam. But in real life, why not copy best practice, right? It's called copy with pride. So I learned this, and I think Singapore has initiated many successful policies. First of all, the housing, the low-cost housing for all citizens of Singapore, which we are going to continue. The initiatives of President SBY and President Joko Widodo, we're going full speed ahead. I am proud to say that I've got reports that we will be building 1 million apartments, low-cost housing this year. Another achievement of Singapore that we copy with pride is your sovereign wealth fund, Temasek. So a few months ago, we initiated our own sovereign wealth fund, which we call Danantara. Danantara means the future energy of Indonesia. So actually, we are doing this for the future generation of Indonesia. I was again honored by the special orchid naming ceremony. Maybe we should copy this also. I hope there is no, what do you call it? Hak paten, copyright. Is there a copyright? But I think that's the highest form of respect, right? If you are imitated, that means you must be doing something good. But they have this special diplomacy, which they say the Singapore orchid diplomacy. So this is something that we have to learn, right? So I'm very proud that my mother is honored in this way. Leaders Retreat this time, I think, is very productive and very successful. We had a very productive meeting, 4 eyes, and we produced in this year's retreat 19 deliverables across many sectors of cooperation. In politics and security, we reaffirmed our commitment to fully implement the Defense Cooperation Agreement and finalizing all the technical details for the military training areas. And I hope this will be expedited very fast. We also progress on the extradition treaty mechanism. This will strengthen our law enforcement. Also, we welcome the renewal of the Memorandum of Understanding between our two Attorney Generals. On the economic front, I think we are going from strength to strength. Singapore remains perhaps our top investor. And last year, I think Singapore invested, I think the investment from Singapore comprises 1/3 of all foreign direct investment in Indonesia. Thank you for the confidence that you have in us, and we would like to continue strengthening this collaboration and this partnership. We have received updates on all progress under the 6 bilateral economic working groups. We have much progress and achievements in this development of special economic zones, agriculture, tourism, manpower, transportation. We look forward to close collaboration between Temasek and Danantara in all sectors, especially the sector of renewable energy, sustainable industrial zone, and the development of Batam, Bintan, and Karimun region on the low carbon energy sectors and critical infrastructure. In our efforts to ensure Indonesia's food security, we welcome Prime Minister Wong's offer to open opportunities for technology transfer in modern agriculture technology, including urban farming and sustainable post-harvest practices. We welcome the signing of an MOU as a foundation for strategic cooperation in food safety and agricultural technology. In the health sector, I invited Singapore to participate more actively in our effort to transform our health sector. I plan to open more medical colleges and more nursing colleges, and this is, I think, an area where Singapore's experience can benefit us. In the field of manpower, we welcome the opportunity for Indonesian migrant workers to work here in a good and friendly environment. Prime Minister Wong and I agreed there is great potential to strengthen cooperation in the placement of skilled caregivers from Indonesia and Singapore. On connectivity, we are committed to enhance the present traffic levels to pre-pandemic and perhaps to even higher levels. I have instructed the respective ministries in Indonesia to enhance the opening of all airports to direct foreign airline connection to our airports, many of which still need to be opened. Of course, we have to improve the infrastructure and the safety mechanisms. But in principle, I would like to see easier and faster access to our airports. We discussed regional matters and global matters. We expressed deep concern over the situation in Gaza and the escalation in the Israel-Iran conflict. We emphasized the importance of peaceful solution, negotiation, and we call for immediate ceasefire. On Myanmar, we agreed that we must concentrate also to achieve engagement and a peaceful outcome in Myanmar. Once again, Prime Minister, distinguished delegation from Singapore, I would like to express my deepest gratitude for the productive outcome of our leaders' retreat. Now, the ministers and the officials will start their hard work to implement all the strategic decisions that we have achieved. I emphasized today that is in Indonesia's strategic political design to foster the best cooperation and collaboration with Singapore, one of our closest neighbors and our partners for more than 5 decades. Both of us have succeeded in maintaining a zone of regional peace, prosperity, and mutual support. I'm very confident that this bilateral relationship will continue to grow from strength to strength, with more trust and confidence in each other, as the years will prove. I look forward to welcome you and your delegation at next year's Leaders' Retreat in Indonesia. Thank you very much, Prime Minister. Thank you very much, distinguished. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Please remain seated. May I now invite His Excellency Prabowo Subianto and Prime Minister Lawrence Wong to remain behind the lecterns for the milestone ceremony on project development. Today's milestone ceremony on project development marks a significant milestone in the bilateral relationship between Singapore and Indonesia. Last Friday, His Excellency Bahlil Lahadalia, Minister of Energy and Mineral Resources, and Dr. Tan See Leng, Minister for Manpower and Minister in charge of Energy and Science and Technology, signed 3 memoranda of understanding on cross-border electricity trade, cross-border carbon capture and storage, and the Sustainable Industrial Zone. Today's ceremony represents both countries' shared commitment to implement the MOUs by supporting the various projects that will serve to realize the ambitions of the MOUs. The MOUs will boost economic growth, catalyze investments, create good jobs, and support decarbonization efforts by both Indonesia and Singapore. Truly a win-win partnership that shows how other countries can cooperate and build for the future. May I now invite our distinguished guests for the milestone ceremony.